Good morning, Tampa Bay. Time to wake up and start your day.
This is ABC Action News in the morning.
Well, I've already mentioned how much I love fall. To make it even better, it's National Pasta Month, and we are celebrating the delicious carb in a very special way in our kitchen.
Yes. To kick things off today, we have special guest Dan Bavaro, founder of Bavaro's, and we are learning how to make homemade pasta and homemade sauce today.
Correct.
So exciting.
Well, thank you for having us on tonight.
Yeah. Thank you. This morning.
You wake up early, so it's tonight.
Exactly.
All right, so we, Bolognese originated in the 18th century. So Tagliatelle Bolognese from Bologna, Italy. That's what we're preparing today.
History lesson.
Our Bolognese sauce in our restaurant takes about 3 hours to prepare. So I work with our chef, Logan from St. Pete. We created a recipe for you guys to be about an hour.
Perfect. That's what we like to hear. Okay.
And we were joking that you've got a lot of things going over here. I feel like I'm getting a facial because we're already boiling the pasta, just so you know.
Yes.
And go ahead, start it off.
Let's talk about the sauce.
Okay, so we start off with obviously a hot pot with some olive oil and some ground beef.
Okay.
Trick to the Bolognese is to make sure when we get that meat in the pot, we break it down as fine as possible, because you don't want a Bolognese sauce that have clumps of meat.
No, it's disgusting.
Yeah, it's the worst part of it. So then we go on to fresh thyme, then we do chopped rosemary, pepper. You put that in there, saute it for about a minute.
Okay.
Once the meat's browned, then we add our veggies. We have carrots, celery, onion. Okay. All diced up.
Perfect.
That goes in. We let that cook probably for about 10-15 minutes.
So that's the meat, the spices, and the veggies cooking all together.
And then ahead of time, obviously be prepared. When you cook any type of recipe, have everything out, measured, and ready to go.
We talked about
that before.
Need to have everything ready.
So part of that is a 45-minute roasted garlic. Okay, the recipe's online, so you can see that. So that gets added with some chicken stock. We let that cook for a few minutes. Garlic will break down. Okay, add a lot of flavor profile.
Perfect.
We had about 4 ounces of red wine. Deglaze the pan. Okay, we cook that down till that kind of dries up. And then one of the most important ingredients, 24-ounce jar of Bavaro's Antico Pomodoro. If you want a little spice to it, you could use our arrabbiata. Okay,
and that's what we have here, right?
Correct.
The sauce
That's
going?
the Bolognese right there.
I was smelling the garlic. It smells very good.
Yeah, it's very delicious. It's got a very earthy flavor.
Okay, now quickly, let's talk about the homemade pasta, because this is super exciting over here.
Okay, so homemade pasta. Depending on what type of equipment you have at the house, you could have one of these, which is a sheeter and a pasta maker.
Okay.
They also make these attachments that go in a KitchenAid, or you could roll it out with a rolling pin by hand.
Perfect.
And then cut it with a knife. So tagliatelle is a little thicker than a fettuccine. Okay, it's right here. It's very long and stringy.
Okay.
And you could use Italian pasta flour or an all-purpose. Okay, so we'll mix the flour, egg, sea salt together, creates a ball. You could do that by hand or in a food processor. We let that rest for about an hour. Then we'll cut it up in about 4 portions. This recipe feeds 4.
Perfect.
Okay, and then we'll sheet that out. You want it pretty thin, and it should look like about that before you cut that into the pasta. And then this is your...
And we are going to start doing this, and we're going to go to break. You're going to learn why I'm not a chef, but why you guys...
Just go ahead.
You've got it under control.
Okay.
It's so easy.
There we go.
We'll be right back after this.
Have a great Saturday, everyone.
These are the real chefs over here. By the way, we need you to step out. These are the guys we've been learning from all day. We hope you have a great Saturday.
When the world seems to shine like you've had too much wine, that's amore.